welcome to episode 2 of LPS Talk. I'm Leo.
I'm Orion.
And I'm Elliot.
Alright, first of all, we'd like to talk more about our studio today. I also would like to apologize for the delay in our episode. It's kind of been a while, but we've been busy, so don't worry about it. We'll try to bring more episodes as soon as possible. Now, we'd like to talk more about the studio, and we're going to talk about the game that we're working on, because we've been kind of keeping it a secret, mostly because we don't really want anyone to know too much about, this is our baby, basically. The game...
Babies. We have two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First
twins.
of all, we'd like to talk about Project Titan. Now, this is a third-person sci-fi shooter-adventure. At least that's what we're going to go by, whenever we make it the gamer...
Now what system would that be for?
Well, we'd like to... Well, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The Neo Geo.
But we'd like to actually make it for PC first, and then whatever company wants it, because we're going to be independent whenever that comes up. But, so, it's a sci-fi game, a third-person action-adventure, shooter-adventure, and, well, we've finished, we're in the process of level development.
Which, by the way, is the longest and most
Yeah, because you
tedious
have to
phase.
design everything in it.
Exactly.
That's basically where everything happens.
Yeah, but we've got everything we need to do.
Yeah. About a month or so ago, we took one weekend, and we just busted ourselves to death.
We kicked the crap out of it.
We did the entire level outline. Well, what we want for the story. We did all the levels. We outlined the name, what's going to happen, the cutscenes. The only thing we have left to do with that is compile the actual storyline, with it.
It's where we actually take each level and get into complete detail with it.
Yeah.
Fill everything up.
And it's going to take quite a lot of time, and what I'm planning on doing is working on one, every meeting we'll work on one level, and we'll get as much as we can done. But let me tell you a little bit about the story of the game. Now, you are playing as a super soldier. Now, the first thing you're going to say, oh, well, Halo. No, it's nothing like Halo, and we're trying to stray as far away from Halo as possible.
Appearance-wise, it may look like Halo in a few ways.
But not human.
Exactly. You play as an alien known as a Formidian, who is actually the villain, or the whole race is...
He's kind of like an anti-hero.
Yeah, he's basically an anti-hero. He was a super soldier created by the Formidians to stop a group of aliens known as the Resistance. Now, the Resistance is different tribes from different planets that the Formidians have been taking over within the solar system or galaxy or whatever. And you are created, and you fail your tests, and
You're not strong enough.
yeah, and it's supposed to happen, don't worry. And what happens is you just become the hero, you realize what your race has been doing, and you become the liberator. Then you hear the voices of the Resistance, you hear them, and you help them out, and you have to stop your own people from the destruction that they're causing. Now, another thing is the music in this game is going to be really, we're going to try to make it as great as we can. That's why we have our music man here, Orion, who's going to talk to us a little bit about the music in the game.
A lot of sci-fi games usually just stick to traditional orchestral music.
Orchestral or electronical.
Or something like in Metro, it's like a theremin.
Yeah.
They just that
Right. What I'm doing is I will have a lot of orchestral elements into the music, but a lot of it's going to be mostly synthetic, electronic drums, pads, leads, that kind of thing, synthetic basses.
Yeah.
But some of the areas that you go to in the game are more primitive, and therefore it'll be like ethnic drumming, taiko drums, dolls, djembes.
Yeah.
Japanese, African type of drums.
Mostly because these are tribal regions and these are tribal peoples, but then again they're also aliens, and it's also a sci-fi futuristic kind of feeling.
And there will be parts where you're in more advanced areas, and that's when it'll be more futuristic and synth-driven type of music.
Yeah. And the only thing I'm upset about is, well, we have the story. It's working out really good right now.
Yeah.
We have a really good idea of what we want. The only thing is I haven't done a lot of concept art. We know what our hero looks like, but the only thing is we don't know what a lot of the other places look like. But we really have a good idea of what they're going to look like, all in our heads.
Lauren is always working on art, which another thing is we are sorry that it's just us.
Yeah,
yeah, I know.
Travis is rarely able to make it to our meetings, even though he does work pretty diligently.
He's just very busy.
And same with Lauren.
Lauren could have made it. It's only, she's upset. We're all upset that she couldn't make it. And same with Travis, or T-Bone and Lady, if you want to go by their code names.
One good thing is, though, improved quality.
Yeah,
yes,
I'm using. Well, it is the, what is it? It's your
Canon PowerShot.
Canon PowerShot. How many megapixels?
6.
6. So like I said, we're going to try to get you better quality. We got you better quality. Alright, now we're going to move on to another baby of ours, and this is the other game that we're working on. These are the only
Devil
two.
Child baby.
It is a horror game. It's also a third person because the third person, I believe, really blings. Bling bling.
Yeah, this thing is the thing when people move to first person to say, "Hey, I'm looking through the eyes of things," but now more people want third person.
To grasp the storyline, the art, the feeling of all of our games, and not all of our games will be third person, but this is just another third person game.
Well, it's still kind of debatable at this point, We haven't fully decided, but it's looking like it's going to be third person right now.
Now, we just want to take the essence of horror and bring it to everyone, because everyone loves a traditional horror game. I love horror games. We all love horror games.
Yeah, and when Leo was talking to me about it, I had already had chills down my back thinking about what this game was going to be like.
Yeah, we won't release too much information, but we'll give you some background information. Would you like to take it from here?
Well, we're Project Titan. I'm not really involved with the story writing because it's just really not what I do.
Yeah.
But with Sanctuary, I've decided to become a lot more involved with writing the story. But, I don't know, maybe you should take it because the game takes place in New Jersey, and he happens to be from that area.
Yeah. Alright, so I've done some research, and I've done a little history looking up, and I've came up with a nice background story for this game, which is titled Sanctuary, as you heard. And what it is you are a hiker. It's probably in the summer, and you find this wonderful area, and you decide to go for a hiking trip. And you play as a female character, and she goes on this hiking trip into this uncharted area.
Well, more of a camping trip.
Yeah, more of a camping trip. And she decides to camp out in the area because it's getting dark. So she camps out, and she wakes up to a very unpleasant surprise.
She wakes up and...
disadvantage to a better advantage. And the only thing is we can only take so much footage, and then...
At a time.
So we'll finish up with what we were talking about with Sanctuary. So you are... you can continue what you were saying.
Yeah, alright. You're on the camping trip or whatever, and she wakes up in the middle of the night. The sky's completely dark. There's no stars, no moon, but again, there's like that haze or whatever.
Yeah.
And the trees are all dead. There's no leaves. They're like a brownish, reddish color. They're all twisted and askew.
Yeah.
And, you see like a orangish glow. Like whenever you're driving past a city, you can see like an orangish glow in the sky. During night, of course, from the lights or whatever.
Mm.
You see that, and you follow a trail, and eventually you come across, an iron mill, or a steel mill, whatever.
Steel mill,
And,
of course, after the gameplay and everything.
Right,
so.
yeah. Doesn't all happen that fast.
Yeah.
And, it's built over, basically, the, mouth of hell.
Yeah, the epitome of what would be hell. Basically, it's, the whole game is just fear incarnate.
We've been thinking of a lot of ideas.
And while we're thinking